Hood postman, reporting live. This the hood postman, come and check the program. You ain't from the streets, this is something you should know, man. Running from police, gotta grip the wheel with both hands. Speeding down the interstate, please do not approach him. 40s in the fridge, got the caddy in the driveway. Get all out of my face, I don't wanna violate. Looked up in the mirror and I told myself, why wait? We took this shit worldwide, you only in 5 states. Came from the 4 corners with my 4 quarters. Showed them the style, then they stole on us. Times got wild, then they told on us. Dog, it was hard, but we had to keep it rolling. You ain't gotta ask, you know where to find me. I be in the back streets where it get grimy. It's just me and Mel, Rennie looking bride D. I be going hard till I'm in the 5 C's. Know the vibes, I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never had to tell a lie. Let's ride. Know the vibes, I'ma do it till I die. I ain't never switched sides, I ain't never told them up, lie. Let's ride. Hood postman, 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 hood postman.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, to the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mail, the Hood Postman. Be sure to click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it's going to feel like the 1st and the 15th. I know y'all know what the 1st and 15th used to do for us. Shout out to the guests, man. Shout out to the guests. Today we got 2 very special guests. You know, out of that South Central Cartel, out of that South Central area, you know, been doing it for a while. You know, we like to welcome, first of all, we got young Prodeje. And the name is spelled, let's get this correct spelling on it, the Prodeje, not the New York way, South Central way. And we got my guy down at the bottom, we got my guy, Deejay, Compton Deejay. Welcome to the chat room, man. I appreciate you guys. But before we get started, I want to say this, man. Let me get this 24-year-old woman was fatally injured when she was struck by a vehicle doing a donuts. I believe this happened during a street takeover on Christmas Day. So shout out, let's give our condolences to her family and hope, man, you know, that our people find a way to do better with this type of stuff, you know.
Right. Yeah, that happened on Crenshaw, man. She was 20 years old. The cat, you know, he was doing donuts. He was in a Camaro. He lost control of the car. You know what I'm saying? The car pinned her between, I think, a car and something.
A pole.
And a pole. He jumped out the car and you know, bumped out. You know,
yeah.
I was just tripping on that. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like in my time when I was hanging, and you know, saying in the street and being a young head, you know what I mean? I would have did a community arrest, and I wouldn't have gave a fuck what nobody said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, nah, he ain't finna get away.
Yeah, because usually in those circumstances, situations, you have at least 200 or 300, 400 people out there watching. You know.
Right.
I attended one of those things when way back. It was on a New Year's. And I was standing at least 40 to 50 feet back, and it still had me jumping. So I can imagine with the people, you know, they don't seem like they be unafraid or unfazed by it, but you know, I don't know. I don't get it.
And you know, and not to try to put a bad light on the situation. And our condolences, yes, definitely to her family. She had her wings, so she in a better place, as they say. But are people who go there willingly, are they victims or are they participants?
That's a good point. I think you have both. But I think you really have both.
I think a victim is a person passing through. And I wasn't there to be here for this. And I just so happens got caught up in something by this crowd of people. But if you're there, if you're moving with the crowd, if you're part of the whatever the hoopla is, then I think you're a participant. more than a victim.
Right. Yeah, that
putting yourself in the line of fire intentionally.
You going for the you're going to the part to be a part of that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, as a people, we have to focus on positive. We have to block the negative and do our best to trust in God for the rest. That's just how we got to do it. You know what I mean? And I know sometimes words don't impact everybody in the same manner, but I think that we just focus on the manifestations of some of the words and see how they have worked out in prior situations, and we take into account that we come from trauma, so we're constantly each and every day we should be about healing.
Right. I agree, but in my perspective, bro, I feel like that's what's going on too much. Everybody leaving it up to God and not helping him do the work. Like that's part of the plan. Like our part.
Excellent point.
Work is part of the plan of what God do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if we keep thinking we can leave it on him, God got it. He gonna, you know what I'm saying? He gonna take care of us. He gonna bring us to prosperity one day. He gonna lead us to our Mecca, whatever it may be, right? But if we not doing the work for that to present itself, we got to do that work for God to present that.
You got to put the groundwork in.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I think everybody leave it to that though, the same. Nobody leaving it to the fact that I believe and God got it.
Right. There you go. So I like to let me shout out my chat room, right? Shout out to Michelle and Marlena Williams, Postmaster General King, Mike Marks, Dominic, and everybody that's entered the chat room. I appreciate you guys for joining us for this high-level top conversation. I believe all the conversations that we have in our community that are engaging, that is uplifting, that is motivating, are high level. So let's get to it, man. Gangster conversation. I want to know, what do that really mean to you guys?
Go for it, DJ. You can tell him, then I'll tell him.
Pretty much. You know, we all have a background. You know what I'm saying? We all come from somewhere. You know, but we individuals that, you know, we take it to another level now. You know, we're not stuck on the same page we was back in the day. None of that. We elevated. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we try to reach out on it. Well, we don't try. We reach out on the topics that need to be spoke on, stuff that need to be heard. You know, and a lot of time the people don't get that, you know, and that's what we here for. That's what we do, and that's how we present it.
Right. Before I answer you, big dog, can I ask you, when you hear it, what does gangster conversation mean to you? Like, what rings in your head?
Gangster conversation. Well, when I hear it, I feel that we're stuck in a mold. We're stuck in a headspace. We've been pigeonholed by having a gangster conversation altogether, because we're not a monolithic people. We have a potential and a level of growth that happens in our community that often go unrecognized. And I'm gonna come back to that question because I got something I want to add to that, but I'm not gonna add it at this time. But yeah, and it's related to the music business itself. Okay, I'll do it right now. Let's get into that. So I'm gonna use this: Universal, Sony, Warner, Empire, right? 4 majors, right?
Right.
Has hip hop become the life support in music business and the lifeline for Universal, Sony, and Empire? And I think I missed one, Warner's. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Of those 4 companies being the controllers.
In other words, what I'm trying to convey is that I believe that, and coming back to the point with gangster conversation, right? I think that, and we're not a monolithic people, I think that we contribute more than what we get paid for, is my point to that. Because those four entities, that Universal, Sony, Warner, and Empire, have made billions, right? And I don't necessarily think that we're getting our just due, or based on the content that come out of our community. I think those guys make far more money than what they should make. Because here's the thing: if you create a song, right, You do the beats, you do later tracks, you do everything, but somehow they're gonna put it out there and put the funding behind it, put the branding and get it out there and get it out there and get it heard, right? Why do they get to make the bulk of the money when you created everything?
It's a simple answer, and it's a simple answer that applies to everyone that even not in the music business, right? Say you got a garage, your garage, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's full of something you need money for everybody to know that you have this product, right? And you go to somebody or somebody come to you and say, hey, I got the money it'll take to get this product everywhere it needs to be and be heard. You know what I'm saying? And you say, okay, and you don't even sign the contract. It's your buddy. Now y'all cool people. You gonna do business with him. And he go first he go get the place to where y'all can house y'all product, right?
Mm-hmm.
That costed money you didn't have. Then he go get the shit to put in the place that y'all bought, that y'all got. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you get what I'm saying? He's finna put all this money.
Yeah, he's putting all the money behind the project, is what you're saying.
Exactly. And you couldn't have did. And see, this is the business of it. I'm not speaking from an artist. I'm speaking from a business perspective. Now, you have the talent, but what is your talent worth without my finance?
So why should the business aspect or the business part reflect a 70-30 or 80-20 relationship?
Why would you open a store and pay minimum wage?
I wouldn't.
But you're not gonna get them. You're not gonna get them company shares.
No, I'm not.
Exactly. No matter how good of a worker they are, that's your company. You created.
No, and I get where you're going. I just wanted to quite understand it. You know what I mean? Because I just still think the percentages are unfair. Because
okay, now let me talk to you from an artist perspective.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's majorly fucked up that somebody could take what I do. You know what I'm saying? The talent God gave me, the blessing, and make off of it, and I might not even make no money off of it. You know what I'm saying? Because of the investment they gave at the beginning to start this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can't, man. As an artist, we get frustrated because we don't know the business. You know what I'm saying? And as a businessman, you get understanding because now you do know the business. So
go ahead.
Like,
No, finish your premise. I want to ask you a deeper question. Are you done?
I mean, I'm pretty much done. I'm just saying the game is what this shit, what you make it.
Okay, got you. Is when it comes to West Coast artists, right? Do you feel that gang banging impacts them more in a greater way than the East Coast and the South and other areas?
Yeah. But let me start off by saying I believe gang banging and gangster rap is two different things. Gang banging, culture and music, and gangster rap is two different things.
Explain.
It's self-explanatory. I did. You know what I'm saying? It's really self-explanatory. Gangster rap is hardcore rap. It's what they call the East Coast version of hardcore rap. What do you call a hardcore East Coast dude? Do you call him a gangbanger?
No.
No, you don't. It's just hardcore hip hop. Gangster rap is hardcore hip hop on the West Coast.
Got you.
Gang music is life rap. It's a different thing.
Do you believe that the roles have switched? At one time, gang banging provided the backdrop for gangster rap. Now, gangster rap seems to be, or hip hop in itself seems to be influencing gang banging, because now you see all these young kids. They got the skinny jeans, all the chains on, but they still got their blue or red rag, and Crip or Blood or whatever. But it seems like they hold it on to something that's not going to ever hold on to them. because the streets are undefeated. It's a death style, not a lifestyle.
Facts.
Right.
At what time do I think this rap shit, this gangster shit, this you know, fantasy culture that we, you know, dwell in took over rap? I mean,
no, I'm saying rap is now influencing gang banging because now the rappers are gang banging and the gang bangers.
It's the dialogue. It's what's being spoke of. It's what initiates that, right?
Right.
Whatever you talking about in your, whether you banging or not, whatever you talking about in your song, you're gonna gravitate a certain group of individuals off top, right? So you have the majority. It seems like that's the majority that's rocking it, the bangers. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we hit with that stigma right there.
Is it a rabbit hole?
Are we talking strictly for West Coast? We're talking West Coast music
at this point, yeah.
Well, we get it's like this. The game. All right, you an OG. It's NWA.
You got a feedback or something? You got two devices going?
No, I don't. I don't.
Because I'll give some feedback.
I'm still giving feedback.
No, you good. You good.
You good.
All right. It's like, are NWA considered gangbang rap? Damn, I still hear that.
Yeah. You said NWA considered gangbang rap to you?
I think NWA had an opportunity to address the world using gang culture, gang stories, and gang expression, and they took it. They was right there at the point to where they could take it and give it to us, and it exploded. We loved it because we were now our story was actually being pushed to the front.
Okay, right. So what makes what NWA did any different than the actual gangbangers saying it?
Well, we at that time we knew it was studio. We knew that. I don't think the gangbangers necessarily make it to the level of. I think that there has to be an intellect and an intelligence behind most of the rappers. People don't know that most of them been to college. Most of them have degrees. Most of them they understand double entendre, triple entendre. They understand how to play with words and make them mean one thing and come out as another way of said. But you know, a lot of gangbangers, their wordplay may be limited to maybe. And I don't want to put a number on it, but I'm gonna say 10 to 15 words.
But see, it's like this because I think because we have an outlook of what it should be because we experienced it a way before. I think a lot of old heads don't understand these youngsters rap for a hustle. They rap for hustle. They don't rap for the things we rapped for. You know what I'm saying?
I get that part. Because I admired it, because I admire the fact that they able to bypass some of the majors and get to it. I admire that model. You can take a kid with an iPhone, he'll create everything.
But not just that, not just the fact that they do that, but the fact that why they basis. See, if you understand the basis of why somebody do something, then you might relate to them a little bit better instead of telling basis they do something ain't right because it's not how you did it. So I understand that they don't even rap for the reason. Like we rap for the culture. We rap for the, you know what I mean, for
they definitely not doing what X-Clan and some of the other.
Right.
They definitely not doing that.
Right. Because and they not doing it on purpose.
The KRS ones, Rock Kims, and you know, and some of the other people that was stuck on my tongue. But anyway, so let me ask you this: what things have you done that you are most proud of at this point?
Denouncing the bullshit. A lot of the bullshit I did. Being able to stand on denouncing a lot of the bullshit I did. That's the most thing I'm proud of. You know what I'm saying?
What about yourself, Compton DJ?
I mean, shit. You know, my situation being home, man. You know what I'm saying? I left when I was young, so I didn't get a chance to experience a lot. on the streets and, you know, do a lot of the stuff I should have been doing. You know, Cali used to try to like get me on my feet on that. You know what I'm saying? But my mind, I was caught up elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, I had my little
Okay,
situation.
so he go deeper.
Go ahead, run it.
No, I got you. So here go a deeper question for you. If you went to sleep and a miracle happened, what would you like your life to be and what changed?
For me, for the better, man, that's a blessing right there, man. My thing is being able to be able to give back. I want to be able to give back righteously. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Put me in a position of where I can, you know, I know what I want to do. I know what need to be done. You know what I'm saying? So put me in that position of where I can make sure I can, you know, I can help with that, you know?
Right.
So what would change? Your mindset or your heart? What would change?
All that. I mean, we grown now. All that changed for the better, no doubt. Most definitely. That's there. You know, you got to have that right.
What about you, young prodigy?
Well,
Cali Pitt?
with me, bro, I'm happy. Like I'm happy in life. So I would like to wake up and have more of the means to like the homies say, like to help people to really change shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't really care. Like I tell the homies all the time, I don't really care if things don't happen for me. I feel blessed like if something happened for the homies because we was doing it together and it happened for you. I'm happy in those blessings now because in my life, I got my grandkids, I got my wife, I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. Like I eat every day. I don't want for nothing. I don't, you know what I mean? I don't chase the fast. I don't give a shit about fame and nothing like that, even though I'm in that industry. I'm just blessed to be able to do shit for other people, just like the homies say, man. Just be able to be more financially available to people.
Straight up.
Right. And I understand that. So talk to me about Prison Report.
The Prison Report is like, you know, based on keeping people in tune on what's going on because there's a lot of misconception about prison. You know, you hear a lot of negative, and it's negative shit in there, of course, but you will hear a lot of more fucked up shit about prison than you will hear the good things that is in prison, the individuals that's in prison as well. You know, you have a lot of solid individuals in there that, you know, that's coming home, man, that should be home, that's coming home and on their shit, doing their shit, you know. The percentage of the individuals since I've been home going back is very low. It was like less than 2%.
That's
so
good.
The mentality of the individuals coming home when I came home is they got their heads on right, you know?
Right. Yeah,
so
it was super important. Like that.
You was up there with the BAM, huh?
Yeah. That's the G homie right there. That's the G homie. LV as well. LV sent his as well, man. You know.
Shout out to LV, man. Shout out to him.
G homie right there, no doubt.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, we had Bam on the show not too long ago as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had him on there, man. We did our shit, man, no doubt.
Show too.
That's what's up, man.
No doubt.
So what does the Prison Report mean to you, Prodigy?
For me, being somebody who's never been to prison, you know what I'm saying? I always felt like when you talk to the normal person, not the street-minded person, they don't really have a understanding or a true care for what they care for. Prison is more political. Like the normal person view with prison is what or what happened in prison is basically they leave that up to politicians and things like that. They gonna follow the law, they gonna pay their tickets, and they don't, you know, have a concern with the criminal element. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's so many of our people in there who, you know what I'm saying, just need to be like I say, even if they guilty, you know what I'm saying? Rehabilitation is they right, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the Prison Report was something to where I feel like DJ can still put a light on something that he spent 20 years of his life experiencing. I always say we don't like to give people advice. We give people experience. If we talking about it, pretty much we've been through it. It's firsthand knowledge.
Right.
And why when I asked you at the beginning what you think about gangster conversation, because for me, Gangsta, for me to go back in that full circle, gangster conversation is clickbait. It's clickbait for
Yeah, that's why I say we pigeonholed by it. You know what I mean? And again, once again, I'm saying we're not a monolithic people. We have so much, man. A lot of the stuff that you see around us, our ancestors created it, made it, manufactured it, but yet it was stolen and claimed by others. You understand?
Right.
So here's a question, right? Do we need more leaders or more education?
We need more education before we get leaders. We can't get leaders without education.
Facts.
So somehow we wind up in the other position. They gave us leaders, and we didn't. And rightfully so, they were self-appointed leaders by proxy. We didn't appoint them to, you know what I mean. But somehow our community seems to stand out. Oh, these are, you know, they'll point out the usual Al Sharp tongues. I call him Al Sharp tongue because his tongue is sharp. Jesse Jackson, or you know, hail to the law, Jesse Jackson. You know, but anyway, those individuals have misled. They've been corrupted for years, and they sold us out. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna come back down to the hip hop community. As when we look at the Jay-Z's, the Dre's, and the Kanye's, and all these people that's part of the Diddy's, that's part at the top of the food chain with this stuff. You know, whether Swiss Beats, Timberland, or whatever. Are those guys leading it right? Are those guys, is their vision right for what the culture is?
I mean, for me,
it's just a hypothetical.
No, I mean, I'm going to give you a real answer to that question for me, right?
Okay.
Who asked them to be our leaders?
That again, you popped spot on.
Nobody said they were our leaders. This
right.
You know what I'm saying? They never said they wanted to be our leaders.
Right.
We're at our celebrities and imagining what it would be like to be that black person.
Lock and load.
And then in that we give them our everything. We become the beehive. We become the whatever Nicki Minaj crew is like. We live in that world of that celebrity we love, because you tell me whether it's a rapper, any celebrity, what celebrity?
Yeah, we seem to be so attracted to shiny objects. You know what I mean? Because if you look at it, our culture, black people, we buy more Mercedes than any other group of people.
Right. They said we thought
you know,
percent more Mercedes, I think, last year or some shit like than any other race.
Yes. You know, which is astounding to me. You know what I mean? To try to even get my head around it and figure out, you know, why is we so attracted to the signing? Why is Beyonce and the Beehive so important? Why is Jay-Z so important? You know what I mean? He walks around, he looks kind of silly to me, but you know, that's just my opinion. I mean, you know,
it's not about them per se, but it's just about eliteness. Period. It's why it's the biggest dope dealer in the hood so important. Why
right? True.
Why is the most
true
so important?
But that's that limited thinking, though, right?
Yeah, but if you live in a limited scope, then where else did you think? When people don't think, you got people who wake up every day and don't think about like going to France, right? Because they don't even think about just going to Arizona from California. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter is in the chat. Hey, Melody. Melody Gibson is in the chat.
How you doing, Melody? How you doing?
People live in limited scope, and the thing is, a woke person or a person who's been cultured and traveled, they mind been opened up to other limits and levels of shit.
True.
When you try to share it with somebody who occupation, they work at Walmart paying the bills, this how they pay rent. They not thinking they going to fucking Tuscany traveling.
That's why I say what we having. Sorry about that. And I got a habit of doing that sometimes because I get so excited about certain topics and subject matters. It's important that we understand that, you know, that this what we having is high level conversation. And when you get to the high level conversation, thank you, Marlena. when you get to the high level conversation, man, we got to really just put the work in. We got to do the work. You know, we building the airplane while we fly it, but also we got to understand where we going and how we gonna land this airplane. How we gonna lift it off, get it up in the air, get it to the destination, and safe and sound. You know what I mean? That where it don't impact just me and you, Prodigy, and DJ. You know, I wanted to. You know, I want for my brother what I want for myself. You understand?
Right.
Because I understand that compliments, you know, jealousy hiding compliments, envy hiding support, and love can hide in hate. Just because they're giving it to you, don't mean they have it for you. You know, and
Right.
DMX, you know what DMX said: trust them to be themselves, but know them when you see them. Know them well when you see them. You know what I mean? So when he said that, don't trust a snake to be a snake. Trust a dog to be a dog. Trust a thief to be a thief. You know,
Right.
but know them when you see them.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
so we got certain things that's been said in our culture that's been very profound, but we skip over it, man. I think, you know, certain things we had to go back and really examine. Why did he say that? Why did he say that at that moment, at that time? You know, and then, you know, when you see brothers like that that's no longer with us, you know, that's a missing piece to the puzzle, bro.
No doubt.
Big Prodigy was we was talking, you know what I'm saying, and he was asking me, he was like, man, he was like, same topics, like who are the leader, who out there leading the people, like who are new, he said, who are new Farrakhan, and Farrakhan, and he said, Nick, no, but who are new Farrakhan? I said, Farrakhan is Farrakhan, he ain't dead.
That's true.
And I say that on this, right? Remember, just if you're a young head, if you got the 60s to 70s in your blood, or, you know what I'm saying, even in the 80s, it was a time where Farrakhan spoke and black men listened. You didn't have to be Muslim, but you listened to the knowledge, you listened to what was said, you damn near tried to follow suit to the
It was the frequency. It was the frequency which he was speaking on that you was, you know, that was getting you. You understood. You know what I mean? Whether you was Muslim, Christian, Hebrew, or whatever. You know, that's been part of our problem. We too many different things. We Crips and Bloods, Hebrew, Christians, Muslims, and 5%ers, and Hare Krishnas, and GDs and BDs.
Right.
But the point I was trying to make to him is that, see, a lot of people might not like Farrakhan, black people, but that, like you said, that tuning to that frequency is what we need. We need to be on that frequency, hearing blackness. We need to be on that frequency, discovering us again, because we lost that, and I think that's something that got to be relearned. Because the more it's like, and my apologies for going on. When we look at celebrity kids, right, and now. Like now, celebrity kids is the thing. They growing up, we watching their kids in high schools and playing ball and football, acting, modeling, all that shit, right? Now, our kids is watching these kids. When it's time for them kids to go give back to their community, where do they go?
They don't come back to the community.
You know what I'm saying?
Calabasas. Their communities is Brentwood. Their communities is Beverly Hills, Hollywood. You understand? That's why I say, who made these celebrities our leaders? Who the fuck said that? Because in the end of the day, they only are leaders in us, and they support. Long as we support them, then yeah, they give a fuck. But at the end of the day, they're gonna take their families, their kids, new generations will be raised up out. And when they go back and get, and let me tell you where I thought this from. I was seeing the football players, the young football players, go give back for Christmas. Bro, none of them was in the hood. These are kids of rich people. These are kids of old football players. These are kids of, it's like what,
people that already got it. They already got it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Was not being.
But why is our aspirational desires rooted in materialism? A lot of our quote unquote, you know, because our quote, when they make it, they go get them a chain, they go get them a Maybach or a Bentley. You know, those are the first things they do. Why is it like that? I seen Ludacris still driving around in this 1993 Toyota.
Because in theory, it separates them from you.
We getting feedback from somebody.
Yeah, it's a big separation in that. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
In theory, it makes them better than a normal nigga.
Right.
Yeah, that's
it's deep, but it's real. It's facts, man.
No. I'm laughing at it because I know, they don't know that's a slave mentality.
And this education make black people think they better than niggas.
Yeah. There's a book, right? There's a book. It's called "Are You Still a Slave?" It's about Shaharza Ali. And in the back of the book, after you finish reading, it's like a short read. It's like maybe 100 or so pages, right? But at the back of the book is a quiz, and she asks you a certain amount of questions, and that would determine are you still thinking like a slave? And I think that's a book that most of us should go read, purchase, and actually focus on actually what she's saying in the book and how she apply it, and look at the questions that she answered. And I think a lot of us will be surprised on the outcome.
It's a documentary.
Right.
It's a documentary. One of my buddies, one of these cats, DJ, one of y'all sent it to me on Instagram, and I had to go watch the documentary. But it's about black people who grew up privileged and as grown people was just now realizing that they were black because of their privilege. It's a little and this is an old thing. This is old.
Right.
It's about in the 50s,
Right.
And I was like, what the hell? Like, it boggled me that damn, it was niggas in the 50s who didn't know they was niggas. And one of the dudes was like, he said, what's funny? I still call them people. And he a nigga his goddamn self.
Brainwash, that mentality brainwash.
No, it wasn't even brainwash. He knew no different.
That's what he knew. Yeah, exactly. He knew what he was taught to know. So, what they wanted him to know.
So that book, because I think a lot of us don't know. And I say us to not point finger at nobody. I think a lot of us don't know if they still a slave.
Do you think that Universal, Sony, Warner Brothers, Empire should provide a socialization program for these young rappers that's signing all these major deals? In other words, socialize in how to do banking, how to do business, because having $1 million is one thing, but maintaining $1 million is a whole nother ballgame.
Hey, okay. See, and this is the thing, and I don't know, and I don't mean no disrespect to no one on your panel or on your show who watch the show, everybody in the chat. It's all due respect, but we do this for clarity, right? We have conversation for clarity. We converse for clarity. Is it smart to have, Massa hold the whip? Like he already got the chain. Yeah. You want to give him the whip too? You want to give him control of how now you then protect your money? Or should
let me rephrase it. Being that they in these buildings, right? We don't necessarily need Massa because they got some people up in there. I can't think of the sister's name at this point. They got some people that got some really high level up in the music business. I think it's their responsibility, not necessarily Massa, because Massa already said that,
responsibility, I think it is, bro, as being a victim of the industry of being financially raped by the industry and shit. It's the artists, because they're the one it's happening to. Niggas, get y'all shit together, unionize. Niggas start putting it down. Niggas start boycotting and picketing. Nigga, stop working.
So let me give you this. Let me give you this picture, Prodigy. We're the only group of people that don't work as a group.
Cold shit. That's cold shit, and that's facts. For some reason, it's hard to assemble and put our heads together and make a change.
Look,
for some fucking reason.
So what I'm saying, though, listen to what I'm about to tell you. We can't afford to keep practicing individual economics, because individual economics don't work for us because we didn't create the rules. Because if we practice, they can always move the goalposts, change the subject matter. They can do anything they want to. But when you come in as a group, it's a lot harder to do that.
No, let me tell you, I think independent economics can work because independent economics can grow. And I say that because but the problem is with independent economics, our people is chasing the way of the well. You know what I'm saying? They trying to do it just like that. They come with the same theories. Oh, I can't hire black people. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. When black people seem to get businesses, they treat black people with the same theory as everybody else.
What's your thoughts on it, DJ?
I mean, he pretty much said it all right there, man. This is stuff this is what we dialogue about on the show, man. You know, we enlighten the people, man, on a lot of stuff, man. And like I said, man, we don't have enough of this going around. You know, we don't have the people taking the time to sit here and want to dialogue about this kind of stuff to help the people. You know what I'm saying?
Conversation, because they gonna come in, they gonna see the title. They gonna see the niggas. Yeah, we stand by that too, you know.
Right.
But the conversation is finna be something. See, let's stick to the conversation. I know the gangster got your eyes open, but let's have this conversation though. And most people expect to get this conversation. They expect us to be talking about, you know, the violence and the bullshit, but that's not where we stand.
Right. We
let
ain't
me ask you a couple questions.
We ain't encouraging. Go ahead.
No, you good. You good.
No, we ain't
What's
encouraging.
What's the toughest hood in the world?
What's the toughest hood in the world? The Ku Klux Klan.
No. What about you, DJ?
The military.
No. Parenthood.
Logically.
That shit is hard.
Logically.
Parenthood.
Logically, yes, no doubt. No doubt. Real fact.
Parenthood is hard, but I think motherfuckers just be too easy though, because I don't think it's hard as people make it. You know what I'm saying? It's just people don't be wanting.
You got any kids?
Yeah, I got kids.
You got any kids?
I got 3 kids.
How many you got?
I got 3 kids. I got 4 grandkids. You know what I'm saying?
You know you that manager, right?
Clearly.
Okay.
I tell DJ, no, I'm their first business partner.
Yes.
It's on me.
As long as you continue to talk to them like that in those references and terms, they're going to be on the individuals that, you know, you intended or God intended to be.
Right. I mean, I think parenthood.
I think that's important.
Raising a human, clearly hard. We're gonna get that to be hard, right? But I think a lot of parents don't do the work because it's you know what I'm saying? It's a human. You're raising an actual person, human. You know what I'm saying? It take a lot of work for them to turn out right. You can't build a robot, right, and leave parts out of the robot and expect that robot to work right. No, you got to make
fully functional, right?
Parts, and it's just like a kid. If you building a kid to be a good person, an educated person, a respect, it's gonna take your time.
Right. So here come a question for you, Prodigy. With everything that South Central Cartel did and music wise, why was it so difficult for them to continue in that space? And why the individuals that was at the table couldn't figure out a system for everybody to be, I don't know if it's such a thing as equal parts, but I do know that everybody play a position. So I think they should be compensated based on the position they play, and they can't rise to the level if the person, you got somebody that's directing, created everything, you know what I'm saying? So I think there's different positions, but why was South Central Cartel not able to overcome those situations?
Like one, we're gonna have the business shit. That shit is a whole different thing, and you know what I'm saying? That music is built on. If you don't know your shit, then that kind of shit gonna happen. So it ain't too much of a conversation for that. But as far as everybody else, what it is that you got You got 7 individuals, right? And them 7 individuals have 7 different perspectives. You feel me? And at the and when things, it's just like, man, I wish I had a simple answer for that fucking question, bro. I really did. Because,
yeah, I know.
Because
the Eagles are involved, right? Eagles.
This is the thing, though. Look. When people say South Central Cartel, right? This is South Central Cartel. In the end of the day, you had 7 dudes, right? You got Pride, you got Havoc the Rhyme Son, you got LV, you got Havoc the Mouthpiece, you got Chaos, you got Grip, and you got me, right? Now, DJ Grip, rest in peace. My guy gone. When he wasn't gone, he was in the mix. We were still doing, you know what I mean? That's still our guy. DJ K, low key, just, you know, retired. Like you know, he was the oldest dude anyway in the clique. He just retired, did his family thing. But that's still Chaos. Phone calls still could be made. Love is still there. We did the documentary. He was here. You feel me? Now, me, Big Pride, LV, and Rhyme Son, we just finished the new album. You feel me? Havoc the Mouthpiece was invited to that. He chose not to do it because he was doing his own thing with the Game Changer shit. So we stayed together. Anything else was just that business shit. Like the majority of the group, the meat of the group, them brothers. Prodeje, my brother. Havoc the Rhyme Son, my mama's fucking first nephew. Like, you know what I'm saying? LV was around before I was around. You know what I'm saying? So these are my brothers. Even Havoc the Mouthpiece, that's my brother. That nigga was with my sister for over 27 years.
Was that the same LV that sung on Gangsta Paradise?
Yeah, same LV. You know what I'm saying? Same LV. We come from the same neighborhood. He stayed on the corner. We stayed on the corner.
How difficult was it to remain in the music or in that headspace when all the gang banging that was going around you? How difficult was you guys? Was it difficult, or did the gang respect what you guys were doing and kind of stayed out of your way, or you stayed out of their way?
It's like this. My family grew like we probably one of the craziest, poverty-stricken stories you will ever hear of kids who went through the worst, never been in a foster system, but everything else will compare. You feel me? The craziest shit you can go through. We was just them kids. So whatever neighborhood we landed in, it was 7 of us. 5 brothers, 5 boys, 2 sisters. So we scrapping and whatever. Nigga, you know, they drop us in the Pueblos, nigga, we fighting to go to school. They drop us, you know what I mean? They drop us in Inglewood, we fighting to go to school. You drop us on West Side in the Hoovers, we fighting to go to school. It's just, we was them kids, so we survived off of being survivors. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's like dealing with this shit. It's like when you a survivor, when you done been all around this shit, and you know every nigga that's your best friend, like these niggas was banged out, like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm there, you know what I'm saying? But I always had I almost had a little more subduedness to me, like DJ. No, the homie will pull up and like, nigga, we into the same shit, we doing the same shit, but he could pull up with a certain person and we ain't gotta say no names, but I'll be like, look in the car like, nah, I'm cool.
Yeah.
You know, I know better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like,
so a quick question, right? And everybody always asks this question. I had this conversation with the Mouthpiece. But anyway, who was first? Havoc and Prodeje of New York, or Havoc and Prodeje of South Central Cartel? I already know the answer, but the chat want to know.
It's like this. People got to understand, Havoc and Prodeje, I think them niggas a year or 2 older than me. So they from my era. These Pride them is a generation ahead of me. The dudes was already there doing that shit with niggas like, you know.
Hey, Pride, I already knew that answer, but you can't, when you try to explain that to the New Yorkers, man, they get in their feelings about that.
I mean, you gotta respect game, man. It is what it is. It ain't taking that from nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? Gotta respect the game.
For everybody in New York, long live Mobb Deep. You feel me? Long live Prodeje.
Right.
is straight up. Like, you know what I mean? Getting y'all feelings for them niggas forever, because that's what they supposed to get. They supposed to get that representation. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. I don't mind it. Get it off.
Okay, got it. So what projects are you guys working on? And I just heard, man, I didn't even know DJ Compton DJ rap, man. What y'all do? Y'all pulled a pistol on him and made him rap? Or how did you get in there?
No, see, this is the thing. Like when you start hearing DJ stories, man, we got some shit going on. But right now we got Hood Pass going on. Where we go around and we sit with some of the realest, the guys in South Central, Compton, Watts, LA. We're gonna take it on the road to Vegas, Phoenix, and all that shit when we get a chance. But we sit down with real dudes and we chop it up and we hear some of the craziest stories they done had in their lifetime. You know what I mean? Times where they didn't got caught up in other dudes' hoods that was enemies, but they got passes from them by being real niggas. And you know what I'm saying? So we doing that right now, but we gonna hear a lot about DJ, man. DJ, before DJ went to jail, DJ could hold that mic. You know what I'm saying? That he was working on that and doing that, but he was just more. His heart was, 100 to
His
streets.
focus, his focus was somewhere else.
Yeah,
right.
What I'm saying. And he was in circles, man. He wasn't just in our circle. He had opportunities to be around Bone Circle, Easy Circle, Shack Circle. Like he was fucking with our homie KK, DJ. They was around whole other circles that had nothing to do with me. Like, you know what I mean? But right. Doing this shit for a while, man. He just had to he took that vacation, and you know what I'm saying? Nigga home, right. Trying to get to everything. We trying to, live our dreams, man. It is what it is.
Straight up. Facts.
Right. I'm happy to hear you guys renewed the passion and you guys are moving forward with or without, and if other people can't set aside, that's on them. But I think that you guys are valuable.
Hey, bro, look, you know what I'm saying? For one, I'm the guy who individually, I never stopped. Like when niggas was, going through their shit as brothers do. You know what I'm saying? I was the guy who I still dealt with everybody, still talk to Grip, still come to my house, we blow. Mouthpiece come to my house, we blow. You know what I'm saying? LV, I pull up. My brother. So my cousin. So it's always good. It's crazy that it's any kind of rhetoric that we had. It was ever conflict. It was never no conflict. Like, you know what I'm saying? You ever had an argument with your brother about something? Like nigga, you took my mini bike, you fucked my mini bike up, nigga, and you pissed off, but that's all I could do to you was argue to you.
Right.
So
right.
If niggas if the love changed because I had to cuss you out for stealing my mini bike, my nigga, then I don't know what to say. I'll get gone. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Go on your house.
Right.
But you still my brother. Stop telling people.
Yeah. How close was the Dub C and the Mass Circle and the South Central Cartel? Because you guys seem to intermingle, especially when it comes to rest in peace, our guy over out of Mona Park.
I'm gonna tell you.
Coolio.
I tell you a sad West Coast secret. Only nigga we knew out of Dub C and the Mass Circle was Coolio.
Okay.
I met Dub C one time, and that was about 2018. Like, yeah.
So I remember them kind of dropping shortly after you guys,
Well, see, again, when it's like sometimes when you say shit like that, then you got to think I wasn't even.
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
But I can pretty much speak, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't really had no real relationships with nobody. Like South Central Cartel ain't never really had a camaraderie with. If you didn't see him with us, then it's always respect. It's always love. We them hip hop West Coast kids. We love everybody. No beef. We don't really got no beef. They thought it was a beef with Quick. No, that should be young boys and gossip. You know what I'm saying? But No, it's like we never really mingle with nobody. You know what I'm saying? Spice, 8, those are our dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
J-O, Sebo, you know, niggas like that you seen appear on South Central Cartel shit, Tretch, Pac, Ice-T. You know, those was the guys we fucked with. If they didn't appear, then we didn't fuck with them. I mean, through the later years, you know, niggas end up, you know, Pride end up doing shit with the Dog Pound, like I mean, Corrupt, Das on different songs and shit.
Prodigy was a lot deeper with the music than I think everybody realized.
Right.
You know,
my brother not one of them people who he don't. I ain't gonna say he don't care, but he not gonna.
He don't do a whole lot of talking.
Yeah, he not gonna tell you. He not gonna tell you, nigga, I'm cold on them beats, nigga. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. If you don't, he'd be like, shit.
I'm gonna be honest with you. He let Havoc do all that. That's why they call it a mouthpiece. He kept
Hey, good at it. And nigga had a battery.
Yeah, he good at it. He good at it.
At it, man.
Yeah, he good at it.
And see, that's the thing, bro. That's what I see. And all them niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? No. It's like I'ma always remember what the game gave me. I ain't never worried about what I didn't get from it.
Got you. Got you, man. It's been awesome, man. Amazing, man. I gotta get DJ Copper DJ on the mic, man, and see what he's working with, man.
Hey, we'll do that, man. We can do that one, man. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all making me feel like I can rap.
Hey, you can do it, man. I think you got it, man. Go on, give us something, man.
I'm still in the lab.
That's right, for sure. Hey, we always stay in the lab, man.
If you can't rap it, maybe you can talk it fast. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same.
I can definitely do that part.
On the real. It's just make it.
I can definitely do that part.
Make it make sense. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Talk that shit fast so your ass will drop a whole album.
Right.
So let me ask you guys, both of you guys, what's your thoughts on the drill music?
DJ, go for it.
Far as what?
Uncle
like,
B, shout out to you.
Beast, what's up with it? All right. Now you say it again.
What's your thoughts on the drill music?
Far as what? Like what?
I mean, how you feel about it? I mean, because you know, if you look up the definition of drill, it's kind of dark narcissism, nihilism, meaning that it has no feeling or emotion. It's just
pretty much rock. You know what I'm saying? Rock. Okay. Yeah, you know, I mean, rock was way more vicious
to you guys.
What?
Uncle Beast is one of our good friends, man. That's he co-managed 3-6 Mafia, Crunchy Black and shit. He got all kind of shit going on. That's our pal from our pal. That's our guy from Chicago, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I got a fun partner in Chicago, man. You guys familiar with Stan Shepard at all?
Excuse me?
Stan Shepard. He's out of Chicago. He was he was a music exec, and he's trying to put some stuff together as we speak between Compton, South Central, and Watts. Well, and try to go ahead.
Tell him come holler, man.
Okay, send him our way.
I mean,
send him our way.
That's what we do.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely can make that happen. But I want to ask you that question about drill though, about drill music. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, go for it.
I mean, I think like when it comes to drill music, just like any music, I don't like everything I hear. But I don't like all pop songs, and I don't like all rock songs or all jazz songs. So all music got a place for whoever wanna listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It's like I used to disrespect music that I thought was just bullshit or what. No, man, it got a place, and it couldn't exist in this universe.
Yeah, it has a place.
It could, and especially if it exists, because it's a lot of things that came that didn't stay to exist. You know what I'm saying? So it's people that listen to it, so that music is for them. If somebody make a song under drill beat ways and shit like that, and I like it. I like it. If I don't, I don't. But that's like any music.
I'm old
Case in
school,
point, man. I was listening to the Beverly Hillbillies song. Let me tell you about a man named Jed who was shooting as a fool. Come, you know, and that stuff was stuck in my head. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, up through the ground come a bubbling crew, and load up the family and move to Beverly. You know, those.
Right.
Like you say, everything has a place.
Right.
I agree with you.
On my first Def Jam record that didn't get released, I did a whole parody. We had to get that shit cleared. It was a bunch of shit. It was crazy. I turned that shit to some ghetto shit.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Ghetto shit.
Hey,
shit, we had to get clear some TV shows because I took that in Gilligan's Island. I had some shit. I had some crazy shit. It was crazy.
Okay.
Make it make sense. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
You guys,
make it make sense.
It's been an hour. You guys have anything to add? You want to add before we go on? Be able to give y'all to social media, how people can find you, follow you, and come check you out.
Well, for me, man, if you want to find me, just Google Cali Pitts, CALIPITTS, and all my social media come up. But what I really want y'all to do is go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Hood Pass Pod Show. That's Hood Pass Pod Show. Check out the new movie installment we got starring Deejay. It's called Tonight the Movie. That's the actual title, Tonight the Movie. We got the first 15-minute installment in there, and we're going to be coming with more installments to that movie. We also got the Hood Pass Pod Show, to where we sit and go around with a bunch of real ladies and gentlemen from these ghetto areas, and they let you into their lives a little bit and tell you some of their stories. Some of it's funny, some of it's scary stories, or some
wicked
shit. But all in all, it's just gonna be a passing to people's life. So we hope y'all come over there and subscribe to the channel as well, and catch us on the South Central Cartel channel as well, at the official South Central Cartel with our podcast, Gangsta Conversation, the GC podcast, where we over there talking about some of the realest things that affect us as a culture. You know what I mean? That's what's up.
I got to pull up on you guys one day, man, and come in and sit down with you, man. Because we can get into some stuff, man. High level conversations is where I'm at with it. I like to take it to another level, to another galaxy, to another universe. You know.
Definitely welcome, bro. On Wednesdays.
You thinking about you want to think about
Wendy's? Hey, you thinking about Wendy's?
But on Wednesdays, we have the prison report with Deejay that day as well. So if you want to come in and be able to get into that kind of conversation with us, when we talk the prison report, we talk reports as well on Wednesdays. On Saturdays, that's when I have, members of the South Central Cartel come in and sit in the conversations with us. We be having LV there sometime, Pride or Ryan. And so they'll come sit in with us. But yeah, so Wednesdays and Saturdays, bro, like anytime you want to step in with us, you're welcome.
Right. Okay. Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Okay. Saturdays 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. I appreciate it, man. Man, you guys continue to grow, glow, and be the individuals you are, because we're more than just black. You know what I mean? They don't name us at the crayon and try to put us in a box, but we're gonna get up out the box, man.
Mando.
Hey,
Mando.
Say to the people,
salute.
Black people, no disrespect to nobody else. Y'all can take this as well when use it in y'all hearts. Allow people to be something else to you besides your enemy.
That part.
Exactly.
That part.
Yeah, I like that. Allow somebody to be something else to you besides your enemy. I'm gonna write that down. I appreciate that, man. You guys keep doing what you're doing, man. We'll line up again, man. I appreciate both of you guys.
Man, for sure. Appreciate you for having us on, man. No doubt, man.
Oh, Bright Dog, I'm gonna put Bright Dog, give Bright Dog your number from Carver. He wanna probably interview you as well.
All right, for sure. Most def, man. Tell him I send mine, man. That's the big homie right there.
Okay, good enough. Good enough.
Most def, man.
Shout out to the South Central Cartel. Shout out to Deejay. Shout out to Prodeje. Shout out to Havoc and everybody that's part of it. Grip, rest in peace, and everybody that's a part of it. Big Prodigy, the Rock, everybody, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate you, man. Mailroom Goons and the Mailroom Nation, man. We had a great conversation. I appreciate that. Everybody was in the chat was rocking. We was rocking. We're gonna come back to it, but once again, I am Professor Melly Mel, and I am the Hood Postman, and we're about deliverance, man. You know, tell them, Frog.
History, true history of the Crips and Bloods at war.
That's Frog, y'all. And we got Mimi, right? Little Mimi.
Right. You know what I mean?
That was the uniform.
Yeah, and a lot of people.
What about the Ace Dukes?
So now, hold on. We gonna get suited and booted, but first we got to come butt naked to the top. You feel what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Now, our traditional symbol in Compton Crip was the bald head, the chain and the cross earring. You know what I'm saying? That's how we knew who all Compton Crips were. You know what I'm saying? Because we had the bald head. You know what I'm saying? And the Ace Dukes. Now, our original symbol was two canes like this, where the gangster had at the top, and the C's on the top, on the side. You understand what I'm saying? Crossed up. You know what I mean? That was our original symbol. You know, and it was just so more beautified, man. But us being together, everybody was in fear of us like a motherfucker, man. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no problems, man. Not in jail. Nobody trying us, man. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to everybody that joined us this evening. Marlena Williams, Postmaster General. Love to see you in there. Dominique, what's happening? Mayweather, yes. Asiatic Supreme, what's good? I saw them questions, bro. You was dropping it. Michelle, of course. How you doing, man? Uncle Beats, what's up? Everybody that came in. Larry Lopez, my boy, Lock and Load. Bones was in the chat. Everybody was in there, man. I appreciate all you guys, man. You guys continue to grow and glow and be the individual that God intended you to be. Because it's about outcomes, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Lock the door on him.
Perfect grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the fans get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a pro bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. I leave bad man and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it. I just make it happen. Word on the block is that the shit go. Bricks for the low.
Shout out to the Mailroom Nation, the Mailroom Goons. I am Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. Be sure to drop a comment down below. Click the notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. So when the dope content hit, it's going to feel like the 1st and 15. Y'all know what it is. You know the vibe. We are out. Marlena Williams, go ahead and lock the door because we are gone.